Hey, what's going on everybody? Eric here. Hope you're all doing good today. In this video, we're going to talk about a new way to make a cappuccino. It was so obvious, I don't know why I wouldn't see it, but let's just try this new technique that I've worked out and see if it works for you. So we're going to buck tradition a little bit, and we're going to actually prepare this a little bit different than ever. There's different distribution technique that I'm using, and I'm also using a different way to prepare the beans. I'm not using the waste distribution technique. I'm not going to be using any water to prepare the beans. And in fact, I'm not even going to be using a traditional espresso grinder. I've decided to try something different. So as long as you have an espresso machine, which I'm sure you do if you're watching this video, it doesn't have to be the most expensive one in the world. Let's give this a shot. I also will mention, if you would take a second, give me a like, subscribe, and if you get some value out of this video, a comment. And as usual, there are affiliate links down below. I get commission on those and they help support the channel. No pressure though. All right, let's do this. First thing you're going to need for this is an espresso machine with a non-pressurized basket. You don't have to have a fancy steam wand on there. A Panorello steam wand is fine, but you just need an espresso machine with some kind of steam wand on it and a non-pressurized basket so you can be making real espresso. Next thing you're going to need is some coffee beans, preferably from a quality roaster that is not owned by a giant corporation and that knows what they're doing. So we're going to get some good quality coffee beans. And the next thing we're going to need, of course, is a cutting board, a rolling pin, and a Japanese santoku knife. These are, basically the Japanese equivalent of a chef knife. If you don't have a santoku knife, you could try other kinds of chef knives. I just find this works best for me. Here's where we're going to buck tradition a little bit, and this is how we're going to prepare our beans. So I just say get a good handful of beans there, maybe 2 handfuls, doesn't have to be exact. And you're going to want to spread them out a little bit. Now here's where you're going to take your rolling pin and you're just going to get them crushed up like that. Now the only problem with this is, of course, that they're not getting fine enough for espresso. That's where the santoku knife comes in. We're just gonna just really be careful not to put your fingers anywhere where they can come in contact with the blade. You're always going to want to keep your fingers curled if you're going to be holding down any of the beans, but you want to probably just keep your fingers on top of the blade to keep them safe. That is the best technique for this preparation. Cutting them around a medium coarse fine grind, you're going to see that this is going to work out well. Get your portafilter. Make sure it's nice and clean and dry. A wet portafilter will affect your extraction. And then just tamp them the best you can with your thumb. All right, let's pull some shots. So let's pull these shots. I think you're going to find that this extraction is going to give you a flavor that is going to really stand out compared to your usual preparation. I think this is better for milk-based beverages. I'm not sure that everyone will feel that way, but it is worth trying out. So let's just pull these shots and see how they look. Okay, it looks really good. Sometimes if they're not running quite right, you just have to give the machine a little slap, and then it will probably do a better job than that. So you might say to yourself now, well, Eric, I already know how to pull a shot of espresso. This doesn't seem like anything new to me. I clearly know what I'm doing. Why are you wasting my time with this standard espresso prep? And I would say, okay, but this is a cappuccino recipe, so let me ask you this. Have you experienced doing something different with your milk, something that you haven't thought of before? Now, we know some people chill their pitchers to get an extra stretch out of their milk, but I've thought of something that will give you even better texture. Now, what if I told you your standard household Dijon mustard will really get you the best texture if you just add half a teaspoon to your milk? Doesn't have to be fancy. This is just a Trader Joe's one. It's like $3 a jar. Now, one of the things that you want to watch out for is you just want to make sure you don't scald the milk. So make sure you don't steam it till it gets too hot. In fact, I would actually, for this particular recipe, stop a little bit earlier than I normally would for my typical extraction. Now, Some people go for a whirlpool. I like to do it like this. I call it hopping the milk. You just want to hop the milk. It's like another nickname for this. They do this a lot in New Zealand. They call this toading. In the States, we tend to call it hopping, but if you call it toading, that's fine too. And the point is, you want to get a nice creamy texture, and then you really just want to let the wand do its own thing. Now, as you can see, you'll just know when it's ready by the look of it. When your milk starts to boil over like this, it is almost ready. I'd say just give it another 5 minutes. After that, all that's left to do is to pour your latte art. And then enjoy. I hope you're having a good April, everyone. It's spicy. Listen, normally I don't condone wasting coffee or milk. Okay? Once a year.